I come from a generation when Che Guevara was our hero. They've been hired and they've been asked to… they were given a mandate to write something negative about him. 1.3 billion people, we could take this massive population across from one level of living to another. Everybody's telling me, Sadhguru, don't step into this political arena. I still carry an Indian passport, I can speak.
In recent times, you are speaking strongly about the well-being of our nation seems to have unleashed a motivated campaign of vile personal attacks on you by a small section of media. I am shocked and intrigued as to why speaking about the nation's well-being should evoke such negative emotions. Sadhguru, I have been here for a while and I personally don't feel you are against anybody. But do you think that these people feel that you are in some way against them and that's the reason they are attacking you?
That's a very small segment. In this also there are various types. Let's say there are three types of people who are reacting to whatever I'm saying. One is, these are leftovers from the socialist era. Well, I come from a generation when Che Guevara was our hero. We were all thinking of an armed revolution. Really, we thought that's the only solution. But those times have passed. The time for armed revolution anywhere in the world is over, because it's like still that Second Amendment thing that's going on in United States. Still, this whole thing was made because my property, my family, I can defend with my shotgun and my rifle. But today you're talking about fighting the US Army with your shotgun and rifle. Have you lost it? So I'm saying armed revolution is over because arms have gone to another level. It's not possible anymore to bring about change. You can only destroy something with arms. You cannot change things with arms anymore. So they are still leftovers from there, they're still dreaming about an armed revolution. If you speak anything for the democratic values of this nation, they react. They're okay, because I feel they're a bit misguided but genuine people in some way. There's another set of people who are religious people in the garb of atheists. They're actually deeply religious people, but they have discovered that talking atheism is a good way to spread their religion. They're always attacking me, it doesn't matter what I say. If they see my name, they will go at it. Well, that's an extremely small number, so let's ignore that. There's another set. These are professional times. People have to do something to earn a living. It's a pathetic way to earn a living. When you don't do anything significant in your life, you make a living by constantly deriding somebody, whatever they're doing, without even looking at it, you go on saying something negative and you make a living out of it. It's a pathetic way to make a living. And above all, journalism is in a democracy, it's a sacred profession. It's a sacred calling. Well, you may also earn something that's different. But today, there is a bunch of journalists, not all of them, a bunch of them, who can be bought and sold. And they are trying to earn their living. If I say everybody should vote, who is it you tell us we should vote? Whatever, it doesn't matter. If I say democracy is about all of us getting together and creating a wonderful nation, Oh, what does he know about democracy? No, democracy is about criticizing each other something. Because it's quite hilarious because they've been hired and they've been asked to… they were given a mandate, write something negative about him. Some time ago, somebody asked me this question, Sadhguru, what is your greatest achievement in all these many things you're doing? What do you think is an achievement? I said, see, I don't really look at life like that. But if I have to say something, the greatest achievement for me is, I have made thousands and thousands of people, hundreds and thousands of people, to shift from working for a living to simply doing something that means something to them in their life. So, my major part of my activity is to shift people from making a living to make a life out of this, a significant life out of this. Significance not in the world, significant as a life. Not because I think I'm great, simply that the life has to become significant. Life becomes significant when it reverberates in a certain way, when it functions beyond its own survival. But unfortunately, a few people have to live a pathetic life where they sell themselves to say whatever they're expected to say, no matter whether it makes sense for them or not. But these are small numbers, it's okay. We will continue to speak about the nation, not because I am very nationalistic as such, I'm not. But right now, for me, India is a large segment of humanity, 1.3 billion people in one nation. And a large number of them have had such a bad deal in the last 10 to 15 generations because of occupation and slavery and so many things, poverty. Right now we're sitting on a threshold where if you do the right things in the next 5–10 years, we could take this massive population across from one level of living to another. I don't want some idiot to mess it up, that's the reason why I'm standing up and speaking for the nation. Because this is a kind of possibility that's never happened before in the history of humanity. Never before this many people had the opportunity to move from one level to another. The only other nation which has done this in recent times is the China. A lot of you are here. But the Chinese did it the hard way, in a forceful way. Well, that was a different level of slumber that nation was in, and they did it in a very hard way. But in India, right now we are sitting on a threshold where, in a democratic way, we can take nearly 600 million people from one level of living to another. This can happen in the next 10 years' time, we're just on the edge of that. I don't want this possibility to be destroyed by anybody because of their personal agendas. That's the only reason why I'm speaking strongly, stepping out. Everybody's telling me, Sadhguru, don't step into this political arena. I'm not going to get into politics, but I still carry an Indian passport, I can speak.
What you should do is stop relating to the dead. One thing that you need to understand is someone is your grandmother, your mother, your father, whoever they are to you. Whatever they might have been to you, however dear they might have been to you, however close and intimate they might have been to you. The moment they shed their body, their general sense of mind, intellect and emotion, your business with them is finished. They left all those things here, right? Yes? All those things they left here. All the things that you knew about them is finished. Some other sap is still on, but you never had any relationship with that sap. Your relationship is with the other aspects. All those aspects were shed when that person died. So, the only thing that you do when somebody dies is you cherish the beautiful moments that you had with them, that's all. If there was something beautiful, you cherish that, otherwise just forget about that. Don't try to work your guilt and your problems through the dead. It can just become very complicated. It can become very, very complicated. Leave the dead to the dead. Oh, somebody said this a long time ago. Must leave the dead to the dead. You have no business with them. Unless you're in a certain level of mastery of your own whatever, you shouldn't even look in that direction, because you could just completely run around in your life by trying to do something silly. There may be tendencies which may make people do certain things, but it doesn't mean anything. It just doesn't mean anything. Someone who doesn't have a body doesn't have any business with food or clothes or anything, isn't it? Yes. Only if you have a body, you must go towards food and clothes. Once you lost your body, what business do you have with food and clothes? It is… when so much emotion is mixed up, there are so many things which will happen within you and outside of you. There's no need to get… you're going there, just what is the work to do it, do your sadhana. Be with the man who's still alive, stop trying to be with the dead. Just be with your grandfather who is still alive, do your best for him, because he will also die. I'm not wishing him death, he'll also die, isn't it? So when you're with him for a short while, just do your best. See how to enrich your life and his life for those few moments that you're there, rather than doing all kinds of fanciful things with your grandmother. Your grandmother's business is over. She has no business to come and look in a cupboard. It is… just that there is a certain residual element in clothes that people have owned. See, all these things were taken care of in India. People understood these things as a normal procedure, not realized beings, normal people. There's so much built into the culture. If a person dies, all the clothes which were in touch with that person's body and too much in touch with that person's body, those kind of clothes are all burnt. They're never kept. Only clothes that that person occasionally wore, such things are given only to your blood relative, nobody else. To your daughter or a granddaughter or a son or somebody like this. And that also, first 1 year you should not wear it. Till the first anniversary of the death anniversary happens, you should not wear those clothes. Why these things are is, whatever when we are here, whatever we are in touch with, a certain amount of this energy is there in it. If you give it a certain kind of opportunity, these clothes will start behaving funny. Your grandmother need not come. These clothes themselves will start acting funny, because, see, there is something called a static, you're experiencing this. You touch your car door, it just goes chuck. Why is this? The car is not generating electricity, isn't it? Why is this happening? Just in association with something, it gets little charged. Similarly, whatever is in close association with your body, it will get a certain amount of that quality. Do you know how occult is done? You want to cause harm to you? You know what they do? The first thing that they do is, they will take your underwear or hair. If they can get a body part, yes, your hair or nails if they get, that is very good, that's part of your body. If they can't get it, the first thing they will do is some clothing which is in contact with your body. First thing is, your underwears will be missing. Really, people take enormous care in India. They will always ensure that underwear is never put outside. Because if one underwear goes, they will investigate in a big way, what happened? Because they don't want somebody, some unfriendly person who is some enmity to you to take that. Especially unwashed clothes, with lots of care it is handled in our homes. These days it's all going away because we're just giving away to the dhobi or, the washerman who takes it and all. Otherwise, traditionally in our homes, it is so taken care of. It is all put in a closed basket. Somebody who knows inside the house, it must be washed, it should never be taken out. Because if they can take a body part, like hair or this thing, that's different. But just this clothing itself, they can do things to you because it carries a certain amount of your thing. So even when a person dies, the same is true, and that can crackle up a little bit. If a certain kind of energy is on, that aspect can crackle up. There have been instances, I don't know if I should go into this. You're interested in spooky stories. There have been instances where, somebody dies and, like she's saying right now, actually things moving around, especially things that they intimately used, those things just moving around here and there by themselves, in the immediate few days after the person is dead, that person is not coming and moving anything. It is just that whatever your energy that was associated with that is sort of withdrawing. In the process of withdrawal, there'll be a little bit of extra moment. See, now your engine is on in the car, standing there without any too much vibration. When you switch it off, when it's just dying down, do you see little extra shake in the car? Have you noticed it? These days cars are built in such a way that you don't notice it much, but the older engines you see, when you switch it off, it's stopping. Actually it should recede, but that's not how it is. From one mode to another mode, when it shifts, there will be a little extra reverberation. Similarly, your engine is going off. Now there will be little extra shake all over the place. That extra shake is mistaken to be ghost walking all over the place. No, it is not about any ghost walking. It is just a certain withdrawal of energy that some things may happen, not necessarily every time. A lot of things are imagined by people. But it can happen. It does happen. So, for all these things, to ensure that those things are cleaned up, if a person dies today, after 3 days, we will do one kind of procedure. On the 11th day, we'll do another kind of procedure. On the 13th day, we'll do another kind of procedure. At the 40th day, we'll do another kind of procedure. All this is to ensure that no residue of that person remains, so that dead can be packed and sent, living can continue their life. If the living get involved with the dead, they will lose their life in so many ways. All this spooky thing is sort of intriguing, but it can just consume your life in so many different ways. In many ways, in ways that you will not understand right now, and in ways that need not be very pleasant. It can consume your life completely, your involvement with the dead. This does not mean there is somebody sitting there who's trying to suck your life out. No. Just involvement with the dead can just do that. Unless you're sufficiently established and in a certain level of capability, you should not look in that direction. Not necessary.
If you stayed until now, if you paused your day to listen, that already sets you apart from most. Like the video, comment where you're watching from, and check the links in the description. You'll definitely find more content that continues this conversation with you. Thanks, big hug, and see you in the next video.